Hello, hello, beautiful soul tribe. Welcome to the channel, Ascend with Me Tarot. My name is Dawn. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. You guys are truly amazing. We're gonna try to see if Spirit wants to do a zodiac reading. If they don't pull, then we're gonna go straight to just general collective, divine feminine energy. But yeah, let's get started because I'm on my lunch break and I'm already kind of pushing for time. But yeah, anyways. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. Thanks for your support. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button before you leave. If you wouldn't mind supporting me, I really appreciate that. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got going today. Father God, Holy Spirit, beautiful archangels, ancestors, higher beings, I thank you for this day, for this opportunity. I ask that you please bring forward a message of truth, clarity, healing, confirmation, encouragement, or enlightenment for my Soul Tribe Collective. I thank you. I thank you so very much. Archangel Michael, please put a white light of divine protection around my energy, the energy of my collective, the energy of this reading, and I thank you. Archangel Raphael, please clear and connect our heart chakras to your healing energy. Thank you. Thank you, all of our spirit team, for all the work that you do with us. We're so grateful for you. Thank you, Father, Holy Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Amen. All right, Spirit, are we doing a zodiac reading today? Are we doing a zodiac reading today, Spirit? Okay, that's a little bit too many. We got Gemini, Pisces, and Capricorn that came out, but I'm not going to take that. Just one, please, Spirit. Okay, Aries. So we're going to do Aries. Aries, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Pisces, and a Capricorn. That could be why that came out like that, right? So we are doing Aries. Woohoo! We get to do a zodiac today. I'm so excited, y'all. Because lately, the last few times I've pulled, Spirit has been like, no, I want you to do Divine Feminine. So we're going to do Aries. Okay, so where are we going to start, Spirit? I'm being drawn to this card, to this deck. This is called The Depths of the Sea by Mystic Moon Oracle. And I've been hearing in my head past, present, and future energy. So that's what we're going to pull for Aries Collective. Now, this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placement for your birth chart or the birth chart of the person that you're dealing with, or the situation that you're dealing with, someone that you're dealing with, right? So don't get stuck on the label of things. Always use your beautiful skills of discernment. You know, we all own that. So use your beautiful skills of discernment to determine if the story is your story, and if it is your story, where do you fit in the story? I may say this, you know, call your energy one thing, but you're actually the other energy, right? So put yourself where you go. We are reading for general collective, and so I do my best to tap into specifics for you guys, but I only read energy and try to make sense of the energy as Spirit delivers it to me, you know. So, you know, because it's for a collective, you have to figure out what's yours and where it goes in your story, in your situation, okay? So I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, now that I'm done babbling, let's go ahead and see what's up. All right, for Aries, Spirit, what is the past energy you would like to discuss with our Aries Collective? What is the past energy that you would like to discuss with Aries? Going with the flow, issues and fears. Okay, Aries, baby. Recently, you've learned, I think you were triggered by a certain fear, okay? Or you've had to face your fears recently, and you facing those fears has taught you how to go with the flow. Things aren't as scary as they seem to be in your mind, right? It's like all of us, me, I'm included, right? We work ourselves up so much when we're worried about something, or we're afraid of something, or you know, whatever the issue may be. It's always worse in our mind than it is when we get to that point, right? It's always the dread of something that ends up being worse than the actual something sometimes, is what I'm getting. So I feel like in the past, Aries, you know, you've been working through your triggers, right? You've been facing your issues, and you know, you probably realized what I just said. Like, things aren't as, it's worse in your mind than it is when you're actually learning to go with the flow of it, okay? We'll see what that is exactly here in a minute, but that's what I got from the rip here. So I feel like you've been bouncing out your mental energy, Aries, and learning how not to make a mountain out of a molehill. It's like you've learned how to release worry. You learned that, you know, your fears, just because it's a fear or it's an anxiety or it's a worry within yourself, I feel like you learned that sometimes, you know, in the past, I'm guilty of this too, but sometimes in the past, like, we tend to make it worse than it actually is by dreading it or just overthinking about whatever that may be, right? So you've released that energy is what I'm seeing. And now you've learned here in the past, you've already learned how to just kind of go with the flow, how not to, you know, let yourself get lost in that mental anxiety, okay? So that's what Spirit's talking about for your past energy. What about current energy for Aries, please? Yeah, you've got a positive mindset, baby. Yay. Yeah, because of this past situation you've overcome. And you're in this energy of a positive mindset. You've overcome a mental battle, okay? And that battle was with yourself, right? Is what you had to realize, right? That mental battle, it wasn't your issue or your fear that was the true battle. The battle was the way you were perceiving those things, the way that you were allowing yourself to ruminate on those things. I'm hearing a big word today, y'all. Ruminate. That's not something I would normally say, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay, I think, no, anyways, we'll just trust Spirit on what that means. But yes, ruminate. Okay, and so you, girl, boy, whoever you are, Aries, be proud of yourself. You're in this beautiful positive mindset, and that's leading to this future energy for you. So you've overcome a major pivotal type point in the journey for self right now is what I'm seeing. So yeah, you're moving into uncharted waters, baby. Your new experience, okay? A new way of moving here, being, a new way of being, a new way of perceiving. You've overcome. You've passed some type of spirit test that your higher self has put before you here. And that test was, how were you going to face your issues and your fears? Were you gonna ruminate in those things? Were you gonna let them overcome you and keep you stagnant and keep you, you know, fearful? Or were you gonna face those things, realize this, the thing you were needing to realize about self, about we'll see, about maybe how you know, would sit in those issues and those fears and just focus only on those things here in the past, right? And they would just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the thing that you feared would come, and you would always get through it, right? And it might not have felt good when you were facing the fears or the issues, but you always got through it. And the more that you started putting the pieces together here, that I feel like, you know, your fear of fear was creating the fear, is what I'm hearing. You learned to lay that down. You saw yourself in the mirror. You learned to lay that down, and you learned to go with the flow. And that released you from issues and fear. I mean, we all have issues and fear, but it released you from the way it was holding you back, right? It released you from overthinking. It released you from getting lost in anxiety because of issues and fears, right? It taught you how to go with the flow, and then that opened you up for your beautiful positive mindset that you're in now, and that's moving you towards these uncharted waters. Okay, new depths I'm hearing, new depths of self, new depths of life, and that's really beautiful. Okay, you're bridging the gap in your lineage, I'm hearing, okay? Something about, you know, maybe this past issue and the way you dealt with your issues and fears was due to your childhood, due to what you were conditioned through your childhood, how, you know, I don't know. But anyways, let me just keep digging here. You're beautiful. Guys, I have this this new rune set. It's called Witch's Rune Set, and I have not even studied it. I've just got it recently, but I am being drawn to pull something for you. So we're going to pull something for you, Aries, from this, and then we're going to read and see what it means. I don't know. Like I said, I'm studying myself, but I got to listen to what Spirit's saying, so that's what we're going to do. What we got here? Ooh, we had two that fell out. All right, ooh, I don't know what they mean. Maybe you do already, but let's look. Let's see what they are. Can y'all see the picture? Okay, see them? Okay, we're going to set those aside and let me just kind of look and see what they say. That might help me get a better understanding here. All right, so the first one that fell out is called me find it. Oh, the romance. Ooh, so this one's representing romance, Aries. So this is this is new energy I'm hearing. It says, like the rings. So romance, like the rings, is a very bonding rune, often associated with hues of pink and red. Some of its meanings could be relationships, partnerships, infatuation, deep emotional connections, a soulmate, harmony with another person or group, feeling mutual love, close friendships, a growing appreciation, or marriage is coming. I feel like this was fear around relationships, and it stems to childhood wounding, right? I feel like there was a fear of abandonment that you had to work through here, a fear of loss of relationship is what I'm hearing, and it stems to your childhood, okay? But you've learned, I feel like you've learned how to not be so controlling in your relationships or fearful of losing certain people, places, or things, right? You've learned how to just move through each and every transition as it comes. Not to be in that stuck energy of overthinking and afraid of the loss, right? You've accepted that what's meant for you is meant for you. What is not meant for you and is not meant for you. Like what's meant to come in will come in, and when it's time to release, it's okay to let go. It's okay to be in that going with the flow energy. You can trust in the universe to bring in what is for you and to help you release what is not for you. And so you've learned to trust in that and release your fear of you know, abandonment, fear of loss, fear of around love is what I'm getting, around relationships, okay, from that rune. Now this next rune is called, let me find it here, make sure I got the star, baby. That's the star. So let's read about the star for you. So this is beautiful energy, Aries. The star is a hopeful rune, and this is your current, they're telling me. Okay, so the star is a hopeful rune, often associated with the white aura glowing color. That means you've been cleansed and purified, right? Your aura, you current energy is you've purified, okay? You've purified from the past. Some of its meanings could be a green light to go after what you want. Positive mindset, go after what you want. You're getting a green light. Your life's purpose is upon you. A wish coming true, a goal being reached, a happy ending in sight. Be true to yourself. Feelings of freedom from troubles. Achieving your dreams, hopefulness, and wishful thinking. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So you've got some blessings coming in here, Aries. Wow, congratulations, baby. Okay, that's gorgeous. And it's because of how you dealt with your relationships and your fears around relationships in the past. You've changed your mindset. You've changed your perception. You're not holding on for dear life anymore, right? Like out of your own issues and fears. You face those suckers head on. I'm hearing you face those suckers head on. And you released. You had to purify and purge. And that's not an outside job, that's an inside job, okay? And that's what you've done. You're gorgeous, baby. Gorgeous. So you got some wish fulfillment coming in. They want you to stay positive. You know, you're focused on your dreams, whether it's a new type of relationship coming in, or if you're goal oriented for your career. Whatever this is that you are wishing for, that's your deep heart, your heart's desire here, it's manifesting currently. Your only requirement, your only job is to stay positive, to expect with positive expectation here, positive mindset that it is manifesting for you, that it is coming in for you, okay? So let's talk about uncharted waters. I'm going to pull one more rune for uncharted waters, they're telling me, to just get a clear picture of that. So it's something new. Maybe you don't feel prepared for what you're wishing for. Maybe, you don't realize how prepared you actually are for whatever this is, right? It could be a new experience, a new career, a new something that you may feel inexperienced that you're actually this whole time have been prepared for. And so it's uncharted waters, but you're prepared. You have all the tools you need, I'm hearing, okay? Hold on, let me see which one Spirit wants me to grab. Let me just feel it out. This one? Okay, let's see. Oh, it looks like an eye to me. That looks like the all-seeing eye, the eye of Horus. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's see what it's talking about, though, for uncharted waters, baby. This is gorgeous. It is the eye. It's called the eye. So you got the eye for uncharted waters, and that talks about it's a very spiritual rune, often paired with the color purple or white. And you got white here, you got white and purple moving forward. Purple is a spiritual color, right? Spirituality, royalty. White is about clarity and, cleansing, purifying. So moving forward in uncharted waters, you're not only cleansed, but it's like you're in this spiritual royalty type energy. Okay? Its common meanings are power, importance, confidence, focus, truth, witnessing, seeing things as they truly are, psychic abilities, and the lifting of the veil, visual activity. So you are getting some type of royal gift, or you've accessed your royal gifts, your psychic abilities, because you've gone through a purification. You've got a positive mindset here. You're in this energy of the star, okay? Because you learned to go with the flow, you've released your issues and fears. This is really beautiful. Okay, so Spirit's telling you to stay positive, stay confident. It's okay for you to feel powerful, Aries. You're seeing things about the world, truths about the world that maybe you were veiled to in the past, right? Maybe it's like your own personal spiritual veil is being lifted. The way that you see the world, the way that you're allowed to perceive the world is you're being granted access to something, and it's tied to your psychic abilities. The lifting of the veil, right? Maybe you're getting visions, even dreams, but the actual waking visions I'm hearing also. Spirit wants you to stay focused. Okay, you're a witness for others who are also going through this process. I'm hearing. Wow, this is really beautiful. Let's see where Spirit wants me to go. Okay, so I think we're pretty much aware of the past here, but I can dig if you want. Bear with me, y'all. I'm going to try to push through this quickly if I can, just because I know I'm waiting for some time. I'm being drawn to this other deck. Okay, so tell me about these issues and fears energy for Aries that they've overcome. You've overcome this, Aries. Baby, you've done a wonderful job for self, I'm hearing. Your higher self is super proud of you. It's been a long, hard journey. You've had a lot of adjustments in your relationships. The ones that, the relationships that are not for your higher good, you've had to just learn how to release them and heal from those things. But to trust in the universe that that's what's meant to be, right? To trust in the universe that anything that you have to release was always meant to be released, and what's meant for you is coming here. Yeah, you've called back your fragments, your past, right? You've been healing and calling back the fragments of your past, the fragments of your past experiences that had you in this energy of overthinking and being fearful when it came to relationships, okay? You've been facing the fragments of yourself, I'm hearing. Okay, you've been facing the fragments of yourself and calling those fragments back in. And yes, now you can be confident in your choices. Maybe in the past you made your choices, but it was when you made your decisions in the past, it was coming from a space of fear, a space of, fear of doing without a person, place, or thing, right? A space of fear of disappointing another even, right? Now, since you've been healing and choosing for self, you've been on this journey of self-love, Spirit's telling me, right? You've learned to have your boundaries up. You've learned that, it's okay to go with the flow of you, right? The flow of yourself, right? Just be in the flow of where Spirit's guiding you here. You can now make your decisions with more confidence. You can trust in the choices that you're making. They're not coming from a fear-based situation, right? Or because you need you feel like you need a person, place, or thing, or this is the right way to choose. It's not based on another's or an outside influence, right? In the past, maybe because of your fears and not being confident in going with the flow of where your energy is guiding you. Maybe in the past, you were basing your choices on another, right? On another's opinion or what, you thought was supposed, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like this outside influence was causing fear in you, but and taking away your confidence to make your own choices. But that's in the past. You overcome that. Now you are making your choices confidently, and that's what puts you in this positive mindset, in this star energy. So let's add some more on positive mindset, star energy, please, Spirit. Okay, they want me to go to another deck. Hold on. Okay, so let's talk about your current energy of positive mindset and star. This positive mindset, star energy. Eva. Let's see what Eva's talking about. That's a 16, which is a 7, which is, that number of perfection when it comes to spirituality, right? It is a number of the spiritual path. But let's read about Eva. So this is your star energy, your positive mindset. And this is what you overcame, okay? This says duplicity, deception, and caution. Out of the jungle steps a woman, half of her body covered with exotic plants and flowers. A snake wriggles around her neck. The woman presents herself like a sweet fruit to be picked. She offers excitement and novelty, but be careful, her kiss could be as toxic as the bite of a snake. Like a deceitful friend or lover, her unreadable countenance masks her true intentions. Okay. Hold on. I feel like this is the past energy that you may have dealt with or even been in within yourself, okay? That you're having to release to have a positive mindset. But let me just double check on this. Because you have a wish fulfillment. But if in order to have this wish fulfillment, you cannot be, right? Like you've had to realize you cannot be in this energy, or you cannot have this energy. You had to, purify, right? White. Okay, so this is how you had to purify your aura of this energy. Whether it was your own energy or energy of someone or people that you were dealing with. Anybody that was in this deceptive energy, right? Even you, when you were in this cautious energy of your fear of your issues, right? Overly cautious, overly thinking. You've had to purify this energy of Eva here, which speaks of duplicity, deception, and caution, and stand in this positive mindset. You had to purify yourself and your environment from this energy. Okay, maybe you dealt with a deceptive lover in the past here. Or even maybe you were deceptive to your lovers in the past. It could have went both ways, right? Either way, this is the energy that you've purified from, or this is the energy you're currently purifying from in order to get into this star energy, this positive mindset energy, this purified energy. Okay? I can't tell you who you are. You know who you are and what you've been through and how you've perceived things, right? So if this is your own energy, I feel like you're already aware of, this is a part of yourself that needed to change. This part of yourself that was, if this was you, it was triggered from what we talked about here, from your fears of loss when it came to relationship, your lack of confidence in making your own decisions when it came to the, relationship or anything, right? It would trigger you into this Eva energy, where maybe you would be deceptive, right, with others, okay? But you have purified. It's almost like you had two personalities in the past. One part of yourself was sweet, and I'm hearing subservient, at one time, right? And you thought that was the way to get along, right? But then when you were triggered, this Eva part of yourself would come out, and you would be like this snake ready to bite anybody who crossed you. It's like you can get the good side. You can get my sweet, gentle submissive side, or you're going to get my Eva side. Okay, my toxic side that's going to bite you, and you know, you cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on you type energy. You know, you deceive me, I'm going to deceive you, right? But the truth of the matter is to have that balance. Find your true self, right? The goal was for you to balance these energies out from this extreme to this extreme, right? Balance those energies out. Perfect balance, which would allow you to be in this positive mindset, okay? That was kind of what your higher self's goal for you has been, and you've acquired that. You have balanced this out. You are no longer, you know, feeling triggered and submissive, or triggered and you know, deceptive, okay, hostile, right? I feel like in the past that was your go-to reflexes. I'm hearing your go-to defense, right, was one or the other. But you've learned how to call your fragments back in, find your confidence of to make your own choices here. So now it's like you're not a victim. Maybe in the past when you were going back and forth between these energies, you were, you know, you felt like a victim of circumstance, a victim of your childhood, a victim of the past. But you've taken yourself out of that victim mentality. You're not playing that victim role, and so you are confidently going with the flow of your life. You are confidently choosing what is for you and what is not for you, right? You're confidently standing in your boundaries and being assertive of your own needs, so that you're not triggered to the extremes. You're balanced. You're in this positive mindset, this wish fulfillment, and you're balanced. But it was a hard road to get to this, and you will continue to balance these energies out when you catch yourself falling into old patterns, right? It's a process of recognition, awareness, facing our true self, and you know, accepting the things that we may not like about our own self, and you know, having an awareness to consciously choose different, right? But this is what I'm feeling for this energy, okay? This is what Spirit's talking about. But because you're balancing this out, you're moving into this uncharted waters energy, okay? This is new. It's the eye. It's your psychic abilities. It's you seeing the world in a more truer way, where you're not coming from a victim role in this world, but you're coming, or an aggressive role where you got to be on the defense, but you're coming from a more spiritual union with your higher self. Psychic abilities on fleet, I'm hearing energy, right? So let's talk about this uncharted waters. You got lullaby. Okay, lullaby. And that's an 11, which speaks of union energy, okay? But let's see what it talks about in the book here. 38. Yeah, okay, so yes, baby, you're being restored to your higher self. Union with your higher self. Union with your psychic abilities, with your royal birthright, okay? Restoration, dreams, rhythms. As dusk arrives, we notice a cello player about to play a lullaby to welcome the sleep we need so dearly. The cycles of day and night, light and dark, orchestrate our natural sleep rhythms. We give so much during the day. Night is our time to recover. On his instrument, we can see the moon and the stars. They are guardians of our dreams. Rest with nature's lullaby, which is you going with the flow, right? Blowing gently through the window. Tomorrow, wake to all the days of your life. Wow. You, Aries, baby, I don't know what this means spiritually, but it's a big deal for you, okay? I mean, I do kind of know, but I don't know how to explain this. I'm trying to make sense of it, okay? You're stepping into a whole new experience as a soul, okay? It's a huge transition. It's a huge death of the old and rebirth of the new is what I'm getting here. And it is a new experience. You may not feel prepared for what you're gonna experience. You may not feel prepared or have certain understandings of the things that are coming, but Spirit's telling you to have a positive mindset, to what you've learned, right, is what you've learned here is what's preparing you for this. And what you learned was how not to hold on to your issues and fears, how to go with the flow. What you learned was how to stay positive and you know, have high expectations for your heart's desires, for your dreams, not to allow yourself to be triggered into your defenses, because I feel like this Eva energy is your defensive energy, right? So you've learned to go with the flow. You've learned positive mindset. You've learned how to purify your energy and not to be triggered back into that victim role, that victim mentality. All of that stuff that you've learned is gonna be tools for what's coming that you're not gonna understand. New experience, okay, that you have been prepared to have, okay, and it has to do with your psychic abilities. It has to do with the veil thinning for you, okay. It has to do with your access that's been granted to your spiritual lineage, your spiritual royalty. And I don't know what it all means. You got to experience it, I guess, right? If you're going to have the experience of this, but Spirit's telling you to have no fear, okay? To have no fear, to remember the tools that you've learned back here, that has prepared you to, that allowed you to get to this point of uncharted waters. If you would have stuck in your issues and fears and stuck in your victim mentality, okay, letting others make your choices for you, if you wouldn't have gone through this purification process, then you wouldn't have gotten to this point. But this was the goal, the uncharted waters. The goal was not to repeat this cycle over and over, but to go through this cycle, learn about going with the flow, learn about positive mindset, learn about yourself when you're triggered, learn about your overthinking, learn, acknowledge, and take the tools that this whole situation was meant to teach you, so that you needed the tools first before you can move forward. Not to keep repeating this cycle, but you've done that. You've acquired the tools. Now it's time to go forward here, okay? And it's new. It's new. It's something that you've not experienced before as a soul. You're in new waters here, new depths. Okay, what is this about, Spirit? Uncharted waters. A new life. I can't make this up. That says new life, okay? It's something completely new. And look, she's waking up. She's waking up from a sleep. And this was talking about a sleep, okay? It's a transition, whether it's a death. You know, I don't know, Aries. Don't be afraid of that word death, okay? Because death is an illusion. Your soul never perceives death, from what Spirit's taught me, right? You really don't. You just continue to transition from one phase to another phase. I feel like, me personally, I've had many deaths, right? I have. I've had many deaths and many rebirths, and my soul just keeps on chucking along, right? I just keep living. The goal is to just continue to live, okay? You may not perceive your death. You'll just experience it in a way that maybe is beyond your perception in the past, okay? I feel like you're waking up to a new understanding of life and death, and uncharted waters, uncharted perceptions here, and you needed the tools to be able to acquire it. You're in the milk and honey phase, baby. Milk and honey, okay? So tell me about positive mindset here. We're going to try to finish this up. I don't know, y'all. This is beautiful energy. I wish I was doing a better job explaining this, but whatever I am explaining, I know it's exactly what Spirit needs you to hear. And so when more information is meant to be available, it will be, okay? That's between you and Spirit. I guess you might already get it. Yeah, between worlds, baby. You're walking between the spiritual and the physical world daily, okay? This is part of your royal bloodline, your royal gifts, okay? Your psychic abilities, the veil thinning. You're walking out of the colorless 3D, walking through the veil into the colorful 5D is what I'm hearing. But stay positive. This, don't let it, I don't know. It could be scary or like a shock to your system, okay? But I feel like you already sense this coming. You already understand this on some level. You're already prepared, even if your like physical 3D self hasn't quite gotten there yet, okay? You will. Spirit wants you to be positive as you move between worlds, because you are moving between worlds, okay? Maybe you just didn't have the awareness that this is what's been going on, and you've just been going through it, right? But you're moving between worlds. You've got an unfinished symphony. You have an unfinished symphony, okay? You're mending something with your higher self, higher power mending here. This, I don't know. This is beautiful. Wait, let me see if I can go to any other decks that might give me a little bit more clarity for you. You know what? We're just, okay, I got to get back to work. So what I'm going to do is we're going to let Spirit bring this whole thing home and hopefully get you a little bit more understanding of what I'm seeing here that I'm doing a horrible job of trying to explain. Hopefully I'm not doing that bad of a job. But what we're going to do is pull from the crystal mandala and let Spirit we're just going to read out the book, okay, what this means for you, Aries. How can, Spirit, can we please get a little clarification on what I'm sitting here mumbling through? Can you bring it all home for my beautiful Aries collective who are experiencing this transition into a new life? It's like your psychic gifts has to do with walking between worlds, okay? And the worlds between is between the spiritual and the physical, the waking and the sleeping worlds, I'm hearing, okay? And then it's not just between worlds. Remember, Spirit was talking about walking between is the balance. You're like you're in both worlds. You're like in this energy right now of the perfect balance. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Spirit is telling you that they're highly aware of what you got going on here, baby. And they're so proud of you because you're moving into uncharted waters, into a new life. And this is the goal your higher self set out for you to accomplish. And so you've done that, is what I'm seeing. So this is like a huge deal for you, for your soul, for I don't know, it's just a huge deal, okay, is what I'm saying. Melt into the divine's desire. Let's read about that. Okay, so melting into the divine's desire, and then we got divine perfection on the bottom. This is what's up. You are mending fences with your perception or your relationship with divinity. Okay, right? Not religion, not the gods of religions, but with the essence of divinity is what I'm hearing. And that's opening you up to be able to walk between the worlds. It's almost like you being this beautiful goddess. I mean, you are, right? It's your goddess energy, but it's so much deeper than that. I don't have the knowledge to explain what I'm seeing to you yet, but I understand it. It's just the weirdest feeling right now for me to try to tell you what I'm seeing. Okay, so we're going to read the book here. We're going to read about melting into divine's desire, and so take what you can from it. Like Spirit said, use your own beautiful discernment and your experience and your connection, because you're highly gifted, very highly gifted here. So let it speak to you how it's meant to speak to you. Okay? I can only speak to my level of understanding at this moment, and I know it's going way deeper than what I feel like, it's way deeper than what I can put words to right now. But it says, melt into divine's desire. We bring you the empowerment of melting into divine desire. There is a time and a place on the spiritual path for detachment, which is what you learned back here, right? That energy of detachment. The ability to step back and perceive from a neutral, that's what this is, neutral perspective can bring great clarity. There is a time for the mind to become clear and peaceful and open to divine guidance, even if that means temporary loss for greater long-term gain. There is also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your divine's life journey, where less fervent longing could not. Desire doesn't have to be a distraction from your divine path. It can be a way for you to discover what has meaning for you and what you feel strongly enough about to never give up on. Desire sometimes gets a bad rap in spiritual circles, or it's celebrated as being something that should be pursued without restraint. The truth that will serve most spiritual aspirants best is somewhere in the middle, right? In the middle. It's all about walking that middle line, okay? The balance. So it's about somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. And that's what Spirit was bringing up earlier. You are doing that perfectly, Aries, whether you're aware of it or not, baby. You are walking between worlds, between energies, between your old and your new self. You're in this energy of perfect balance, okay? And that's huge. Desire need not be a distraction from your spiritual journey, nor a goal to be pursued at any cost, even to your own integrity. Desire on the spiritual path can become a way to know what is going to move and inspire you enough to see you through the challenges that arise when you want to create a contribution to the world. If you long to bring your ideas to life rather than keep them only as ideas, then desire can become enlivening fuel for the spiritual path, motivating you to act rather than hesitate. Searching for your true soul desires helps you find what it is that you can believe in more than fear or doubt. Currently, this is where you're at, right? Focusing on yourself. No longer focused on fear and doubt and fragments, judging your choices from the past, right? You're in this confident energy now. Divine desire is not so different to the passing desires of the mind, except that it is strong enough to motivate you, even if the delayed gratification is more than you would always wish, or the results can be swift. But what is required for you to obtain them may be so outside your comfort zone, that's uncharted waters, that for anything else you wouldn't be willing to go through the discomfort. The passing desires of the mind will hold your attention for a little while, passing in some days or months or in an instant, as soon as a shinier option comes into view. The divine desire of the soul will be enough to hold you mesmerized for lifetimes. For you to be able to melt into your divine desire, you will need to open up to yourself completely. There is no holding back in shame, no thinking that it's weird to think about life so deeply, or that others won't understand you and judge you, and that you should just be normal like everyone else. If you want to live a life of passionate purpose, where you are melting in love rather than living in fear, or trying to progress only by a harder approach of constant discipline, then you are going to need to look within and really see what moves you. Don't be shy. You're going to find divine beauty inside of you. The more you peel back the layers of the mind, the more pure, simple, and clear your divine desire will be. You might initially believe you have many desires in your soul: freedom, fun, justice, creativity, celebration of life, living joy, empowerment, opening of the mind, healing of the heart, liberation of the spirit, protection of the soul. Yet there will be one or two you come back to again and again that seem to include all the others. These are the things that matter most to you, that inspire you, that give you a sense of meaning and purpose at a deep inner level, where your conscious mind cannot quite grasp it, and yet, truth be told, it doesn't need to. That's preparing you for this. Giving yourself permission to discover and honor your divine desire is what connects you to Pele, the passionate volcanic goddess radiant with power. When the oracle of melt into divine desire comes to you, Pele is reaching for you. She will empower you to let your desire move you. If you want to know just how powerful desire can be, think of the power of a volcano erupting. Imagine being able to channel that raw power into fulfillment of your soul and manifesting your dreams in the world. That is what this blessing is bringing you. If you are a thinking person who finds it hard to feel, Pele will help you tune into your heart. If you are analytical, rational, and need a reason for everything before you do it, she will assist you in taking the journey from your head to your heart and in realizing there doesn't always need to be a logical explanation for everything. Wow. If you are already a feeling person, already know that you desire what you desire and already feel like a gooey melted mess of divine deliciousness most of the time, then Pele is your kindred sister. Her radiance will mirror your own as you too shine with luscious light, as your passionate purpose manifests in the world is only a matter of divine timing. So yeah, you're manifesting a wish fulfillment, okay? A desire. I feel like right now you've been purified. You've learned how to walk between, and you're figuring out what are your desires, right? You're figuring out what is this that I feel like you're trying to figure out your purpose even, but it's almost like you're no longer trying to live up to others desires for you, or trying to fall in sync with others, anybody else, right? When you did that, you were always in fear of disappointment, fear of loss, right? Your fears were running your choices. You've overcome. You've learned to let that go. Now you're going with the flow. Now Spirit's asking you, stay positive. You are walking between the worlds. You are manifesting a wish fulfillment, and that wish fulfillment is in alignment with your desires, your divine desire, your soul desire. And I think you're in the process of figuring this out, okay? It does have to do with balance still, right? It does have to do with you moving into uncharted waters without fear, accepting this new life, going through this transition of divine perfection, okay? Do I have time to read divine perfection? I don't think so. Let me just see if I can glance through it. That's a 4. That's Archangel Melchizedek and selenite, the crystal. But I think Melchizedek is like he's like the archangel of ascension or in magic, right? But let me see. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. It says, we bring you the gift of divine perfection. As you receive our gift, you will feel a wave of great peace move through your heart and mind. You will know you are exactly as you were divinely designed to be, that your life is proceeding in perfect timing, and that all is well. If there has been a matter causing you concern, allow us to bless that situation with the peaceful grace of the divine now. You shall receive the perfect resolution of that matter in accordance with unconditional love. There is no need to judge yourself for any decision or choice that you have ever made, and that's that past energy, right? Forgive yourself and others now. There are so many blessings for you to receive, and no need for you to hold on to anything out of fear, shame, guilt, or regret. Free yourself as you surrender into realization of divine perfection. And that's what you've had to battle. Your own, fear, shame, guilt around decisions, around your choices, around giving your power away and allowing others to make your choices. Like you had to face yourself in the mirror, face your perception of the world around you, and you've had to release the fears, the shame, the guilt, the lack of confidence in making your choices. You've learned to go with the flow, and that's why you're moving towards these uncharted waters. You're receiving a divine blessing for a new life, is what I'm seeing here. And this is new. This is a new experience. Whatever's coming here for you in the future is you're not gonna, it's like you have the tools to deal with or to face this experience, because it's a blessing. It's nothing to be afraid of, right? But these things you went through is what gave you the tools to thrive in this new energy that's coming for you, right? Currently you're being set up, being prepared for this, okay? You're learning about your own desires, your own wish fulfillment. You're learning about how not to be triggered into this Eva energy because of your fear or your defenses around your fear, shame, guilt. And you should hold no fear, shame, or guilt around yourself at all or another because of that energy, okay? So whatever Spirit's telling you, your desire, you're going to come to this closer when you can stay in this positive mindset, okay? Expect your wishes to be fulfilled. Expect that what your heart's desire is, what your soul's desire is being granted to you. Just your job is to stay in this energy of going with the flow, being flexible, staying in this energy of positive mindset, not allowing Eva to come out when you're triggered, okay? Because you are walking between worlds right now. And this is part of your royal gift. This is part of your psychic abilities is to do this, right? I feel like you're being trained, you're being taught, but you're also being guided through it all into figuring this energy of desire out for yourself. And so, anyways, that's your current energy. But in the future, you have this I energy, which is your psychic abilities being on fleet, I'm hearing. It's uncharted waters, but it's also your new life. It's your divine perfection. It's your union energy. Okay? It's your higher self and you being in union with your higher self. You perceiving, your consciousness perceiving from the real estate of the higher self, I'm hearing. Okay? You can leave this behind. This will be but a memory, even this old energy where you were dealing with your fears and your issues and you know, maybe criticizing your decisions and second guessing your choices and second guessing your intuition. Even all of that you're putting behind you, and you're moving into this beautiful new life. Okay, so yeah, thanks for letting me tap into your energy, Aries. You're beautiful, baby. I love you. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.